Hi all, excuse my unpainted fingernails. I've been so busy I haven't been able to even think about doing it, so hopefully tonight I can get those done. Today I'm just gonna do a quick video on some Christmas cards I'm making. I'm using the Kelly Purkey Clearly Stamp and Cut. This is the Yeti. Kelly's Yeti Stamp and Cut is what it's called. You can see it there. And it's got this really cute little Yeti and some really cute little sayings. Sorry, that was upside down. So you can see it says, I really love this. Holiday time is here, Yeti again. It's got Merry Christmas, Yeti or not, winter's here. Joyeux Noël, sending warm wishes. It's got a tree, a couple snowflakes. And I just thought I would, when my son saw this, he was like, we have to get this one for our Christmas card. So here we are, and I'm just going to start by stamping it out. So with clear stamps, I'm sure most of you already know that you can see through the block so that you know exactly where you're putting it. So I'm just going to stamp him in black, and then I'm going to color him. I'm just using the VersaFine, and I'm just going to color him in with some Distress ink or maybe some watercolors, and I'm going to make a clear shaker card for the first one. So let me just finish cutting him out with the, it comes with the matching die right here for the tree and the Yeti. So I will go and grab my die cutting machine and I will be right back. So I'm just going to use my Cuttlebug. It's the only die cut machine I have. I don't do a lot of die cutting. So I'm just going to line up the die cut around the Yeti. And it's pretty close actually to the Yeti shape. So I'm just going to try and be really careful there. And put it through my Cuttlebug. And hopefully he cut out. There we go. So there he is, all cut out, and he's attached with the washi. Let's move that. And there he is. How cute is he? So next I'm going to color him. I'm actually going to maybe move my light up a bit here. There we go, that's a little bit better. So I'm just going to color him with either the Distress ink or the watercolors, and we'll be back to show you that in just a second. I'm going to use the Distress ink in Cracked Pistachio for the first one, see how that looks. So I'm just going to put a little bit on a piece of plastic, and then I have a little bit of water sprayed in this tray, and I'm just going to watercolor him with the Distress ink. So I don't want him to be too colorful, so we're just going to try and get a little bit of color in there. Okay, I'm just trying to be careful to stay in the lines there. Now this is just a cheap brush from my son's watercolors from school, so it's probably not the best brush to use for this, but I think I can make do for now and color him in as well as I can. I'm not the best stamper or colorer in, but I do like to use stamps at Christmas time, so I'm just gonna keep coloring him in. I'll be back to show you how he ends up. So here's the finished Yeti. This is the one I did with the Distress ink, and then I used just my son's cheap watercolors from school to make more of a darker blue Yeti to go with some sequins that I have that I'm going to make a clear shaker pocket with him. And so let's get started on the shaker pocket. I'm going to use the Becky Higgins Project Life pockets. So these are the 4x6, and I'm going to, basically the whole card is going to be a shaker pocket. So this is the 4x6 size, and all I'm going to do is fill it with some sequins. And you'll probably need, because you're doing a whole card like that, I bought quite a bit of sequins. And I'm also going to add some, I bought this at Michael's probably like 15 years ago. and I still have some left. It's just like a really big chunky white and clear glitter, and it's perfect for kind of like a snow feel for something. So I'm going to add some of that to it as well. Just going to pour a little bit in there. And like I said, this stuff lasts forever. I've had it forever. I'm also going to add some little tiny white pom-poms that I have. So these are just little pom-poms. I think, again, I got these at Michael's. So we're just going to put a couple of those in there. There we go. So I'll throw some of those in there. You can pretty much throw anything you want into your pocket, whatever you feel like adding in there. I also bought some Recollections chunky glitter, which is like just a little bit of a bigger glitter, so I'm gonna put a little bit of that in there. So I decided for my sentiment I would use this "Holiday Time is Here Yet Again," and I stamped it inside the little speech bubble, and I'm just going to use my scissors to cut it out. And usually when I cut out, I try and leave like a little bit of a white border around it, just to make it look a little bit crisper, because sometimes if you cut too close to the black, I find it doesn't look as clean as if you have purposely left a little bit of a white border around it. So I'm just going to leave just a little bit of a white border around the black as I'm cutting it out. And then we will put together the card. So I have my shaker pocket, I have my Yeti, and I have his little sentiment, which will be "Holiday Time is Yeti Here Yeti Again." And I'll put that together. I may make a little snowbank or something for him to stand on, otherwise he's going to look like he's floating. I want it to look more like it's snowing in the background, not that he's floating in like midair. So I'll probably make something to look like snow or something at the bottom, just so that he has something to stand on, and then I'll add him there and I'll be right back. Sometimes you just have to think outside the box. I've had these, they're like a canvas, clouds and suns from Studio Calico for a very long time, and I've never used them even though I love them. And I thought, I wonder if I could use them to make a snowbank. So I cut them in half and I've placed it down there, and I think once I place him there, it'll actually look kind of like a snowbank. So I think we're good. I think that's a good way to use them up, and I'll use them for my Christmas, and I might even maybe add the sun. I don't know, we'll see. I'll see if I like that or not. I'll be right back and show you the finished product. Well, here it is, the finished card. So I'm going to make just a few of these. These are for kind of our special friends that I know appreciate handmade cards. And I did buy lots of sequins, so I'll have lots to make these cards. And I did end up liking the sun up there, so I'm going to leave it there. And Holiday Time is Here Yeti Again. I really love how this one turned out. So that's card number 1 finished. And I'm going to show you 2 other ways that you can use this Yeti on a different kind of card. For my second card, I'm going to make a little winter scene with the Yeti. I'm using, this is Basic Gray, their Christmas collection, the background paper, and then the green paper that I'm using for the trees is from the Simple Stories Christmas collection. So I'm just going to make kind of a background with some trees and the Yeti, and then I'll pick another sentiment and we'll just do like a quick little scenery card this time. So I've stamped the tree, so this is the tree stamp here, and I've just stamped that with black ink onto the green paper, and then I cut the green paper just around the black ink so you could see some of the green color from the paper. So those will be the little trees in the background. It does come with a tree trunk, so I might stamp that in black as well. We'll see what happens when I add it, if it looks okay, and then we'll go from there. So I made my card base out of just plain white cardstock, just a regular size card, and I've cut the Christmas tree paper from the Basic Gray collection to fit just inside. There's about 1/8 of an inch border around there, and I'll just glue that on. And then I'm going to again make a little scene with my Yeti, and we'll just, you know, layer the trees behind him. And we'll come up with another, oops, wrong way, and I will add another sentiment just kind of like that, and then we'll have the sentiment up here, and I might add just a few splashes of some glitter or sequins, just to add like a little bit of snow feel to the back, and that'll be done. So I'll just be back in 1 second. So here's the second card done. Like I said, I just used the trees to make kind of a background, and there's my little Yeti. I used the Merry Christmas sentiment, and you can, I don't know if you can see, but I added some sequins just to add a little bit of sparkle, like snow coming down in the background. And again, I used the cloud to make my little snowbank for him to stand on to ground him. And there's number 2 card done. For my last project, I thought I would die cut the Yeti out of pattern paper and make a cute little tag to give to somebody on a gift, or you can even attach it to a card once you're done. So I'm just going to go get some pattern paper and die cut my Yeti out of some pattern paper. I'll be right back. So I've stamped the Yeti onto a piece of beige pattern paper. I'm using the Simple Stories Claws & Company for this tag. And I've got the die cut ready to go, and I'm just going to die cut him out of the pattern paper. Okay. And he's stuck. There we go. So there we go. He's all cut out of the pattern paper. Now, if you wanted to, if you don't want him just plain like that, you could die cut him out of another piece of pattern paper and kind of paper piece it together. And I might do that just to add a little bit of color to him. I might, but since I'm going to use this really dark background, I wanted to make him pretty light to stand out. So I'm not sure if I will be able to color him in, or I might piece in a couple of pieces with red or green, the same colors there, and see how that goes. I'll be right back. So to paper piece them together, I took the beige, I re-stamped it on the green pattern paper, and all I've cut out is the belly and the eyes. So I'm not sure about the eyes, whether I like it with or without. So to finish my tag, I found from the Simple Stories Claws & Company chipboard stickers the little lights that kind of matched the paper. So I added those kind of just as a layer, and then I added my Yeti and the Sending Warm Wishes, and there's my tag all finished. So thank you very much for stopping by today. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I used the same stamp 3 different ways, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!